this is.
Since when were they red?
Alright, so I just saw Captain America Brave New World, the new Marvel film, and that was a film. Serviceable, nothing too extravagant, nothing too mind-blowing. There's certain things I liked about it, certain things I thought were just mediocre. Honestly, I thought it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Because, as we all know, this movie went through extensive reshoots. I think it went through like 6 months of reshoots. They kind of remade the film. They probably remade the film a couple times. And yes, I was drinking during the film, so maybe that affected my enjoyment of the film. I probably liked it a little bit more because I had a little bit to drink for it. But yeah, Anthony Mackie, the guy leading the film, I thought he was serviceable. This is like one of the first like leading roles he's really had. He's usually a supporting actor in a bunch of films. I think his best film ever was Pain and Gain. That's my favorite film that he's in. And the actor outside the movies, like in interviews, he's kind of a douchebag. But I don't really care. That doesn't really affect my enjoyment or the way I view actors and stuff. All that matters is the film. And I thought he did fine. I thought he led the film pretty well. I thought he carried it well. And I'm a little surprised at the reaction the movie's getting. Obviously, there's a lot of racist reactions. Captain America can't be black and all this sort of stuff coming from the Twitter trolls and bots that are just happen to be right-wing Trumpers too. Like, it's funny how that works out. All the racist Twitter people just happen to have voted for Trump as well. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, thought the film was fine. Harrison Ford, I thought, did really good. He was also a big part of the film. I felt every scene he was in, I enjoyed. Harrison Ford plays the general from the Incredible Hulk film that Edward Norton was in. I didn't know that. I didn't really read too much into this film before going in. So when his name dropped, President Ross, and then they started referencing Incredible Hulk, I was like, holy shit, this is like a straight up sequel to the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk film. And that was really surprising for me. I was not expecting that at all. But yeah, I mean, if you enjoyed Incredible Hulk, which I did, I thought that was one of the better early Marvel films. In fact, that whole phase 1 is probably the best phase of Marvel. I felt all the individual movies and leading up to the first Avengers film, that's probably the best phase they had, really. And it's funny that this new movie, Brave New World, is harkening back to that. It's like they're trying to get a little bit of that magic back from that first phase. Or they're trying to get you nostalgic from that first phase. And it worked on me. It worked on me because I liked the Incredible Hulk film. I love the references. They bring back Steve Tyler's daughter at the end. They continue the story with the General dude. Even though it's a new actor and Harrison Ford's playing General Ross now, still the through line's there. And the scientist dude that made the abomination in the first film, he's actually the bad guy in this film. And they brought back the same actor and everything. And that was fantastic. I didn't see that coming at all. And I love that. I love that connection in the tie-ins. And that's what I appreciate most of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is that they will bring back characters and have a through line for these films. That's the kind of good stuff you get with the cinematic connected universe. Even though all the films seem to be pretty mediocre. Saying like past phase 1, most of the films are mediocre. Guardians of the Galaxy is probably the highest point. That's some of the best films in the whole cinematic universe. And Captain America, I thought the first one was pretty good. I thought Winter Soldier was a little better. And now you have Brave New World, which is kind of lackluster. Serviceable, I would say again. Nothing to write home about, though. I don't really, I'm not thinking too much about the film after I've seen it, right? There's nothing deep about it. And that's probably the worst thing about it, is that it's just a movie. Like there's nothing to really grab you with it. With the new Falcon character and the previous, super soldier guy they introduced that trained Anthony Mackie's character. Like, I never seen this guy before. Why would I care? Type thing. Like, that kind of stuff happens. But then, the characters that you do care about, the Harrison Ford character, it's like, wait, I've seen that character multiple times in old MCU films. Even though it's a new actor, like, we know this character. So there is that, like, connecting tissue that you can grab onto. But even then, there seemed to have been, like, a character arc General Ross went on, like, behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't see this character arc. Like, he was one way in Incredible Hulk. He was the bad guy in Incredible Hulk. And now in Brave New World, he's trying to redeem himself. He's trying to be a good guy. He's trying to get on the good graces of his daughter, Aerosmith's daughter. He's trying to get in her good graces. He's trying to be a better person. And he's not really a bad guy. And he's kind of drugged by the bad guy and made into the Red Hulk and stuff. And it's not really his fault. And you can see where they're going with it. But you don't see that character arc. He's just already... General Ross is already that way at the beginning of the film. So I thought that was probably a reshoot problem. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what the fuck the film was before they did 6 months of reshoots. I would love to see that cut. It's probably not that good. I mean, that's probably why they decided to remake the whole film again. But, love to see that. Obviously, without the Incredible Hulk film, without the connecting tissue of the previous characters, this film is nothing. It's nothing. It's a fucking it's a time waster film. It has nothing really to say. And that's the biggest problem with it. It's mediocre. It's underwhelming. If you're drunk, you might get some enjoyment out of it. Like, the enjoyment I got out of it was that it reminded me of the Incredible Hulk film, and I had some nostalgia from that. And that's all the MCU is just like getting you to think of old films, getting you nostalgic. That's it. Like, that's it. There's nothing new happening. So even the new Fantastic Four movie, it takes place in the 70s or something like that. It's supposed to get you nostalgic for the past. Like, MCU doesn't know how to go forward. Marvel movies, Disney in general, with the Star Wars films and Star Wars universe else, and the Star Wars universe as well, they just know how to go backwards. They know how to remind you of the past. They don't know how to move forward. They don't know how to make something new, But that's it. That's my thoughts on it. I thought it was serviceable. Mediocre film. Not the worst thing ever. Which is shocking, because after all the reshoots and how many times they had to remake the movie, this should be the worst film ever. Like, it should be that bad. But it's really not. And the people that are being overblown with the hate about this movie, they're probably racist. Like, they just don't like that Captain America's black. Like, that's really what it comes from. And it was, surprise, surprise, it's coming from all the people who voted for Trump. Shocker. Anyway, that's it for now. Comment below, let me know what you thought of Captain America: Brave New World. Is anyone going to remember this film past 3 months? Probably not. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.